think you guys actually have seen the rest of the house before. Oh, and just to talk about the big elephant in the room, he's 28 inches tall. You guys, I forgot to mention this. Happy holidays, y'all. This is our second year in this apartment. First year that you guys are seeing that I decorated for Christmas. For those of y'all who've been following me for a while, know that a neutral home is my sanctuary. It's where I live, it's where I lie, it's where I thrive. I always said, apparently, when I had kids, I would aspire to add color into my holiday decor. This year, I did just that. I know it seems a little on trend, which honestly, I wasn't really expecting it to be trendy, but apparently it is. The burgundy, red bows, deep burgundy, greens is in this year. This year I decided to do a deep burgundy. It's actually not that deep. It's more of like I like to call it like a royal red. Not like a cherry red, but like a royal rich red. Both have been pretty in for like the last 2-3 years or so. But this year, I think we all need to start a support group for us in the bow lovers world because it's becoming a little obsessive. If you guys didn't watch the DIYs that I put together, making that bow up there and a couple other DIYs around the room, be sure to check that out. Let's start with the kitchen. I don't typically decorate the kitchen, well, the kitchen in my last apartment, so this is really kind of like my first year. Let's start with the garland on the top of the cabinets. I added in some of those frozen berries that I got from Hobby Lobby into the garland. This garland that I picked up from TJ Maxx. It is a Norfolk pine. The next thing I messed with was this little oil and salt and pepper station over here. When you do kind of like vignettes or little setups, it takes a while, and you'll notice that as I went through the house. I tried to film as much of the process as possible, and even when I thought it was done, I looked at it a week later and was like, yeah, that's not it. So I do tweak things as time goes on. I started decorating in the middle of November, so before Thanksgiving, and now we are in the almost second week of December, and I'm still changing things around. I also put out a haul of most of the things that I bought. There are things in this video that I did not showcase in that haul because, like I said, I've been changing things on a day-by-day basis. But if you don't see anything linked down here below, linked in this video, be sure to check out that video. If there's something that I'm missing, it's probably linked in that video. I got this tree cutting board from Hobby Lobby and I just layered it. The oil bottles I got from Amazon, and the little tray that it's on I also got from Amazon. The salt and pepper shakers is like a love-hate relationship with because they're super cute and they're super festive, but they're very fragile. And I got them from West Elm. The first set that I bought actually arrived broken. The second set is about to break, so I don't know if I can actually recommend them, but they're super cute, again, super festive. The Nutcracker is something that I picked up a while back. I've been using this in my decor for some years. So yeah, that's my little Christmas setup over there. I also did a little setup over here. In this little vignette area, I did a little cutting board with a little bowl that, oddly enough, has nothing in it, but it's cute. I got this little white vase from Target and I filled it with some greenery that I got from Joann's. Now this little baby, he's 28 inches tall. If you guys, I've been on this new trend of getting the Aldi finds. Apparently Aldi drops their holiday finds every Wednesday. Well, not just holiday, but they're like get it while it's hot kind of finds every Wednesday. So I did that with a tree candle that I showed you guys in the video that I posted with the haul. This one I was a little bit more strategic and I went before work to grab these reindeers. Aldi was selling these reindeers a bit pricey, not gonna lie, but this one was $29 for this 28-inch reindeer. I didn't really have many places to put it, so it landed here. The last section that I decorated in the kitchen is this area over here. Making these decorative towels into a bow is like a cute little trend on TikTok. And since my theme is bows, I decided to incorporate that trend here. Very minimal decor over here, but I have some little frost trees to go with my coffee station, as well as a ceramic white gingerbread house that houses my coffee beans. It's not the freshest way to store beans, but it's super cute. And then I have 2 nutcrackers here. So moving over to the bar section over here, I did switch it up just a little bit. I did have my wine bottles here on a wine rack, and I just felt like the bar was getting a little too heavy. Plus, I needed a place to put my new reindeer that I got from Aldi. Similar to the reindeer in the kitchen, different packs. The reindeer in the kitchen was its own pack, and this one came as a set of 2 for $29 from Aldi. You guys, you gotta get there. Aldi, 9 a.m. Wednesday mornings, or 8, 9 o'clock at night. Tuesdays, I heard that was a little bit of a tip too. If you wanna find some of the Christmas decor that they're putting out. And these reindeer, somebody said it kind of reminds them of reindeer on Ozempic. You know, I'm not gonna lie, they do, but they're super cute. I think these reindeer are on other higher end home decor sites like Crate & Barrel, CB2, West Elm for a lot more money. I got this shaker from the Target Dollar Spot. For those of you who followed me for a long time, if you had $1 for every time I mentioned the Target Dollar Spot, you'd be fairly wealthy. Don't sleep on her, okay? Because if you found this in some other place like CB2, it would probably be a $25 to $30 class. But I got her for 3 to 5. Can't remember exactly which one, 3 or 5 from the Target Dollar Spot. I also picked up these bow glasses because if you haven't heard, I'm doing bows in my theme this year. So I really wanted these bow glasses that I picked up from TJ Maxx. And then I also have these bow candle holders that again, I got from the Target Dollar Spot for $3, and they came in a pack of 2. I DIY'd those. Be sure to check out that video where I show you how I took them from this white iridescent color to this antique gold finish. I also DIY'd this bow up here. This is actually the second bow that I made. The first one I taped and the footage got destroyed, so I had to retape it again, and I needed a place to put this new bow, so it ended up over my mirror. Typically I do like a garland or some type of greenery over the mirror, but I want to switch it up and do bows like everybody else this year. That's the bar setup. So last year I picked up this garland from Kirkland's. If you want to snag this, do it now because they sell out every year. This year I bought 2 more pieces, and I also bought a similar piece of garland from TJ Maxx. I think I'm gonna layer about either 4 of these on this mantle, possibly 4. And I want to do like an asymmetrical look. So a little bit about the mantle. It took me a very long time to style this. I had an idea of doing like this abstract berry sticking out of the garland, etc., and I really worked through it. And then I thought kind of like I had reached the moment where I liked it. Turns out a couple days later, I was like, no, I don't like it. So I simplified the garland a lot. There's not a lot of space here, and I think that's kind of what also threw off the aesthetic for me. I think I was just doing too much in a confined space. So I decided to just kind of keep the garland pretty bare. I ended up draping it asymmetrical. I believe I've done this before. So I did an asymmetrical drape, again with the Norfolk garland from Kirkland. I did add a couple of other branches into the garland just to thicken it up and to zhuzh it up. There are 4 pieces of garland on this mantle, plus picks. You can't get this with just 1 garland, 2 garlands, 3 garlands, even 4. It's 4 plus about 6 or 7 picks. I made the bell garland. I wanted to add something to it. I also DIY'd that. It's also in the video. And then I added in some more bows. So here we have these drapey bows. There is an image that I saw on Pinterest where I kind of got this inspiration from. So I got the candle holders from Target and the candle sticks from the Target Dollar Spot. Okay, we're catching on. I also added in our stockings this year, and I finally made name tags for our stockings. We are a family of 4, that is 3 humans and a dog. We each have a stocking, we each have a name tag that I DIY'd. Again, watch that video. I love these vases. These came from Hobby Lobby. They always have a 50% off, and I believe they were like super cheap. I think the smallest one was like $5, and the taller one, maybe it was between 10 and 15. Like, it wasn't expensive at all. So I typically keep those out, but I added in some, again, more of these picks of the Norfolk Pine that I got from TJ Maxx, and some of these frosted berries that I had planned to stream through this garland, but decided not to. Oh, and just to talk about the big elephant in the room, we got a fireplace. We rent and we got a fireplace. You can have a fireplace even though you rent. Go figure. It is from Amazon. I'll link it down below. It looks so clean and modern without like all this stuff here. And it doesn't always look as cluttered, obviously, because we have a huge tree sitting against it. But I'll be glad to show that later on after the season is over. I installed the bow at the top of the tree. It is on there securely, which is good. So now we can actually start decorating the tree. So I have all of these ornaments over here. These green balls, I'm actually gonna do clusters with. So I'm gonna put these on first, and then we're gonna go in with the bigger ornaments and then fill in with the smaller ones. The big bow with the inspiration for this entire tree, it was the first piece of decor that I put on this tree, and it kind of set the tone for what the tree was gonna be. Again, I made the bow. Now that I look back at it, I called it a giant bow because it is the biggest bow that I have seen, and it was similar to the ones that we saw in Michael's that quickly went out of sale. But yeah, now that I think about it, if I could do it all over again, I would have done it even bigger and even more dramatic. I really would have added these tails to come kind of cascading down. You live and you learn. I think it's still pretty cute for, you know, the cute little DIY that I did. Next year, if I do bows again, I'll be sure to keep that in mind. So a lot of the ornaments that I picked up from here, I showed them in the haul, so I'm not gonna go through all of them, but there are a couple that are my favorites. This red velvet one here that I got from Walmart. I was only able to find 2 of them, but they did have similar ones, and when they're on the tree, you can't really tell the difference. From At Home, there are a couple ornaments on here that I actually DIY'd last year because I did more of a neutral tree with some baking soda and some paint. Found some of these dark green velvet ornaments. Velvet ornaments are still like a thing, like I said. They came from Hobby Lobby, and then I actually did clusters with the green balls. They were kind of like disappear into the tree. So that's why I clustered some of the green balls. And then I added some more berries on the tree because again, I was doing berries and bows in that royal red color. I wrapped up some gifts. I'm doing the same thing, red and green. The tone-on-tone wrapping paper I picked up from Amazon, as well as the ribbon I picked up from Amazon, but the green ribbon I did pick up from Michael's. So moving over to the couch area and the one bookshelf that I do have, it took me forever. Again, styling those vignettes and those little pieces sometimes just takes so much brain power that you just can't get it on the first try. So this is kind of where I landed. I DIY'd this frame up here because I was looking for a Target frame that they sold nowhere near me. Okay, they sold it in Yonkers. That is very far from me, and it was not worth the trip, so I decided to DIY it, which I love because it came out a lot cheaper. And I have my gold reindeer, and I picked up this gold tree. The tree and the reindeer are from Home Goods, and they play off with the painting pretty nicely. I used some greenery with some pine cones. The theme was to do kind of like green on every bookshelf. And I added like a little pinch of red with the bow on the reindeer. This glass house, I think I've used it before with green trees and some snow. And then I added in some more green trees, these ceramic trees from Hobby Lobby. You guys, I forgot to mention this. My son, knock on wood, has not destroyed our home, nor has he touched the tree. The trees, the decor, he does not touch. But in case he did, I do have this gel that you kind of stick to the bottom of your decor, and it doesn't ruin any of your surfaces as long as it's not like an absorbent surface. You stick it there, that way kids cannot easily move it, which is great. But when you want to remove something yourself, you just twist it and it comes right off and it peels right off. I use this, thank me later, okay? It's called museum gel. So essentially you just take a little bit of this, and this has been used. You pinch out what you need and you stick it to the bottom of whatever item you're trying to secure. When I use this, it actually secures the item without making it permanent, but making it sturdy enough where he can't just lift it up and throw it. I also have a candle from Target, and I added a new light. If you guys want to see a new updated smart home tour, let me know. And the couch, again, I have my pillows that I got all from Target. Up here we still have these white frames. This time I added in the swags that I actually DIY'd again. Your girl was working this year, okay? I did have this little mailbox here. I don't know what the plan was for this. I actually stole it from my mother, my son's grandmother. The plan was to add and write letters to Santa, either once a day or every day, but I don't think he quite gets the concept of Santa just yet. This year I did want to be a little bit more memorable. For my son, I want to start a tradition, so I got this Hi Santa cookie plate with a fresh carton of milk. Santa likes non-dairy milks like oat milk and almond milk. From what I've been told, he likes sugar cookies and snickerdoodle cookies from Insomnia Cookies. So I will be leaving this out this year. It's gonna be super cute. I can't wait for him to leave cookies and milk out for Santa, because I'm sure Santa will be working hard that night. Also on the coffee table, I don't add much because I have a soon-to-be 2-year-old and he jumps on stuff. Thank God I have a nice round coffee table. So we don't leave much on the coffee table because he will literally rip it off. So I just have the tree that I picked up again from Aldi. I said I wouldn't light her, go figure, I did. And final touches, I did add a wreath above our hideous internet box that hangs on the top of our balcony. In our loft. This is probably the most decor I've probably added into my home. It is way outside of my comfort zone, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if I should do something different next year. I'm thinking a Harry Potter theme. I saw some cute Christmas decor from Pottery Barn Kids this year for Harry Potter. And I already have the red and I don't want it to go to waste. Be sure to share this video as well. And if you made it all the way to the end, be sure to write Christmas bows in the comments. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace.